And just like that, it's Pegasus Day again. So I decided I'm not going to film a separate bit talking about what's been going on. I don't have the time or the energy for that. Basically, my liver is being bad again, possibly my pancreas. Had some ultrasounds, it looks fine, but the blood tests are saying something different. But when I went to get my last blood test, the pathologist blew 3 of my veins. So basically I've just been having like a lot of pain really high up in my stomach, and it's not the food that I'm eating that makes me sick, but it's like after I eat I get like really bad pain in my stomach. It is not heartburn, it is not indigestion. I know what those things feel like. It's not the food that I eat making me sick. I know what that feels like. It's something completely different, and my liver is not doing too good. So my doctors don't really know what's going on, so that's why I haven't really said much. I mean, if you're following me on Instagram, you probably already know what's going on, but here we are. That's more or less what's happening, and basically I had to stop the Pegasus because I got COVID and then I couldn't get them from the pharmacy, my needles, and then it had been too long and I had to see my specialist, and then I got all the tests done. And then he's like, oh, you can start it again, even though he didn't get the blood test that he wanted. But we'll go all over and we'll get a feel for it, you know, like we'll just see where it's sensitive and where it's not. Can you stop jumping around everywhere? I have a bucket of used needles. So he's still doing good, by the way, for those of you that care. So I don't know how regular I'm going to be with like uploading videos and that, because I've been a busy year this year. YouTube and just like a little side thing, keep track of progress for myself. No, I have a needle. So basically this year I'm training to be a zookeeper. I'm going to be very busy with theory and work placements and all that kind of thing, so that's why I don't know how many videos you guys are going to get. But I've started horse riding again as well, which just feels so good to be around those animals again, and just the fact that I can still ride the biggest horses at the stables, and let's just say it's empowering. Yeah, that's basically the gist of everything that's been happening and what will be happening. It's confusing at the moment because some days I feel strong and I ride the horses and I exercise, then other days like I've been feeling fatigue a lot, really bad, really intensely. It's just confusing, especially when you're younger too. You know, your mindset is, you know, you want to do this and you want to do that and you want to do that, and then your body's just tired. Take each day as it comes, and on the days where you can only give like 20%, you've still given 100% because that's all you had in you. It's not an easy thing to deal with. You know, you're trying to live your life and you keep having to do all these tests and doctor's appointments, medications that are having more adverse side effects than good side effects. It's not really ideal, that's why I want to see a naturopath. Maybe I can put on something that'll, I don't know, actually help, because the bad side effects kind of outweigh the good, so I'm kind of sick of that. I'm not talking about the Pegasus, I'm talking about like the tablets and stuff that I keep getting put on for like, and yeah, it's not helping. So exercise. You guys would have seen throughout my journey, if you've sort of been following, exercise has kind of been a really important part of my journey. Just it seems like one of the only things that I can sort of control, and I'm starting to feel myself get stronger and a little bit more stamina, I guess, which is very much needed. Like when I first started I could barely do 5 minutes, and yeah, the fitness will help with horse riding, but yeah, this is just one of the things that have helped me with my PV. Hi everybody, this is my first time trying to exercise since COVID. I'm still recovering, clearly. I find myself very short of breath at times, but I really want to try to get back into it. I had a really good momentum going, and that's always been difficult for me to build up. So I want to try to keep going, push myself but not push myself too hard because I'm still sick, but you know, try to find that groove again.
That's going nice. Keep that rhythm. Just double check that rising diagonal. Yeah, good girl. Super. And then that little bit of leg, little bit of outside range. Good girl. Yeah, good. Really nice rhythm. Well done. And then just straight down. Yeah, good girl. That's it. And if you feel like your legs not doing enough, that's okay. Yeah. That's it. Good girl. Same thing. Come all the way down the top and then you can change across the long diagonal. Yeah. He's like, I thought we meant walk.
Sorry, a bit about this length of range.
Yeah, about that length of range. That's the inch. And when you go to ask him forward, you just sort of think he's going to sit and just
Hey. Ooh, pretty.
Soften that inside hand a little. Good girl, taking forward. That's it.
So good.
How's your abdominal pain and things going at the moment?
Look, it's actually been pretty bad the past couple of days. It's been playing up quite a lot.
Yeah.
I don't really know why. Like things like Nurofen and that don't really help. I've tried Buscopan, that's not really helping.
Yeah.
And yeah, like eating seems to make it worse. I did have a thought, you know, last year when I was in and out of hospital for the abdominal pain, they did a CT scan, and I remember in that discharge letter they had said something about like abdominal fluid, and there was something wrong with like my left lung, the lower part of it, but it never got investigated. Then they just sort of thought it was my liver, but the thing with my lung never really got looked at. So I'm just wondering if like that, because the pain is like really high up, it feels like it's under my ribs kind of, and I was sitting there and I'm like, it does kind of hurt to breathe and like take a deep breath, and I'm just wondering if like that could still be a problem or...
Well, I've got the report here because it was done in July 22.
Yeah, it was a while ago, yeah.
Yeah, and basically what it showed was that you had a bit of what they call free fluid in your pelvis, like adjacent to your uterus and ovary.
Yep.
And often that can occur, you know, if you just ovulated, you know, depending on where you are in your cycle. So I wouldn't read too much into that. I think that was just a bit of an incidental finding. Yeah, but certainly the scan looked otherwise pretty reasonable. Yeah, I mean, it's abdominal pain you've got at the moment. It's a little bit unclear what's causing that. I mean, at the moment, your liver function tests have actually got a little bit worse.
Okay.
Yeah, they have. So, yeah, it's hard to know exactly what's going on. Yeah, I mean, I'm wondering or not whether the interferon is actually making that liver function a bit worse. And we might need to look at reducing the dose again, down to half the syringe. I mean, how's your bone pain and night sweats and things going at the moment?
I don't know if my GP got in contact with you, but was it last week, the week before? It wasn't that long ago. I had really bad bone pain, and then it got worse at night, and it was in my left arm, and then I didn't think anything of it because like I'm used to the bone pain, but then that night my arm actually started to swell and it turned bright red and the veins like in my hands were bulging out, and then it started to turn like purpley blue, and the only reason I didn't go to hospital was because I didn't feel dizzy, I didn't feel nauseous, I didn't feel like any heart palpitations, like I didn't have trouble breathing or anything like that. I only felt the bone pain, but it was really weird how it changed colour, and like that had never happened before, and like it hasn't happened since. But obviously the GP sent me for an ultrasound and everything was fine, but yeah, the bone pain was pretty intense.
Pretty bad, was it?
Yeah, it was very intense, and then like the swelling and the colour and all that went back to normal, but the pain stayed for quite a few days. Like it usually comes and goes, but for some reason those few days it just stayed and it was very intense.
Yeah.
But yeah, the GP couldn't find anything wrong in the ultrasound, so yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Alright. Yeah, it's a bit of an unusual one because I mean the ultrasound, yeah, as you said, the ultrasound looks normal. There was no clot there, which is good.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think probably what would be a good idea would be to drop the dose of the interferon just to see that improves the liver function abnormality.
Yeah.
And if that's getting worse, we might just need to get an MRI scan done of the belly. So what I was thinking is maybe we'll just catch up with another blood test in a couple of weeks.
Okay.
If you can drop down the dose of the interferon from next week.
Yeah.
When you do, what day do you take interferon?
Saturdays.
Okay, alright, yeah. So maybe just reduce down to a half a syringe from this Saturday.
Yeah, okay.
And we'll catch up in a fortnight or so.
Would it work taking like the full syringe every other week instead of wasting half, or?
Yeah, well, that's the other option. You can do it fortnightly.
Okay.
So you might want to skip this week and do next week, potentially.
Alright, okay.
Yeah, and then we might catch up with another blood test.
Okay.
In 2 or 3 weeks. So I'll give you a time. Well, your blood test at the moment, your hemoglobin reasonable, so you don't need a venous section at the moment.
Okay, so I'll cancel that then.
Alright, yeah, because your hemoglobin's okay at the moment. Your platelet count's just sitting around 700. But yeah, it's just a liver function test that's gotten a bit more abnormal. So
Okay.
I'm worried that might be the interferon doing that. So,
Okay, yeah, I'll reduce the dose.
Yeah, we'll talk on the 23rd and see how things looking then.
Okay, sounds good to me.
Okay, see you then.
Bye. I don't really have words. Thank you for watching. Like I said, I don't know how often I'll be updating or uploading. If you want to follow along in more like real time, get more frequent updates, I guess, then follow me on Instagram, that's where I post. I've tagged it down below at the beginning of the video too. Okay, cool, that's it from me. Bye.